China's growing network of buoys in the Yellow Sea is raising alarms in Seoul, as South Korean officials question Beijing's intent and control over these new maritime installations. A US think tank has warned that Beijing's expanding facilities could further escalate regional tensions, according to coverage in the South China Morning Post. The assessment was published by the CSIS-linked project Beyond Parallel on Monday, December 15, focusing on the latest imagery and activity. The report highlighted what it called growing Chinese activity in and around the Provisional Measures Zone, an already sensitive stretch of sea. The PMZ is a contested area where China and South Korea have overlapping exclusive economic zone claims, making it legally and politically fragile. A 2001 bilateral deal allows fishing in the zone but bans permanent structures beyond basic navigation aids and aquaculture facilities. The report said China has nonetheless been installing multiple buoys in and around this PMZ, gradually expanding its physical footprint. It warned that these buoys could have dual use or even military applications, despite being presented as civilian platforms. The buoys have been installed both inside and around the Provisional Measures Zone, marking a visible presence in disputed waters. They use a lighthouse-style design with a floating base and a central tower that rises above the waterline. Each structure stands at roughly 10 meters tall, broadly matching the dimensions of standard ocean monitoring buoys. They are equipped with solar panels to support long-term autonomous operation without frequent servicing. Analysts say they are likely fitted with environmental sensors and communications modules for data collection and relay. They may also include AIS receivers to track maritime traffic passing through the area. The buoys appear positioned to expand China's presence without triggering a direct, overt confrontation with Seoul. According to the report, their deployment alone sends a strategic signal, regardless of their precise technical capabilities. The report states, and I quote, "Regardless of the buoys' capabilities, their placement within and adjacent to the PMZ is itself consequential in demonstrating China's strategic intent in the Yellow Sea." In the wake of tensions between coastguards and consistent public attention in Seoul, Beijing's buoys and other deployments near the PMZ are likely to face only more scrutiny going forward. Unquote. The report said these buoy deployments have already helped trigger confrontations between Chinese and South Korean coastguards. In September, a 15-hour standoff unfolded as Seoul closely monitored Chinese facilities and ships operating near the PMZ. A similar incident occurred in February over Chinese aquaculture structure that South Korea also viewed with suspicion. Beijing maintained that the installation in question was simply an aquaculture platform and not any sort of military site. The think tank report argued that the placement of the buoys demonstrates China's strategic intent in the Yellow Sea, beyond mere fishing support. It noted that some of the buoys sit astride routes that Chinese or US naval vessels must pass when heading toward Taiwan or the South China Sea. Beijing continues to insist that the buoys are dedicated to civilian aquaculture and meteorological observation purposes only. Seoul's foreign ministry, however, says it is actively responding to protect what it describes as South Korea's legitimate maritime rights. Officials in Seoul warn that South Korea's lawful maritime rights and interests must not be infringed by unilateral moves in contested waters.